Chapter 9. Introduction to Python. Python is one of the most powerful and versatile programming languages, and it's used all over the world to make apps for automation using AI and developing apps for websites. Guido van Rossum created the Python programming language in the late 1980s. Python is an open source programming language. The Python interpreter and the extensive standard library are available in source or binary form without charge for all major platforms and can be freely distributed. Python was made to be easy to read and powerful. In this chapter, we will learn a few basic things about the Python programming language. Chapter 9. Features of Python. Let's now quickly understand the various features of Python that have made it the most preferred language in this era. Easy syntax. Syntax of Python language is simple, short and easy to understand. Easy to read. Being a high-level language, Python code is quite like English. Looking at it, you can tell what the code is supposed to do. Also, since it is dynamically typed, it mandates indentation. This aids readability. Free and open source. First, Python is freely available. You can download it from the official Python website. Secondly, it is open source. This means that its source code is available to the public. You can download it, change it, use it and distribute it. This is called FLOSS, Free, Libre and Open Source Software. Cross-platform language. Python can run equally well on different platforms such as Windows, Linux, Unix and Macintosh, etc. So, we can say that Python is a portable language. It enables programmers to develop the software for several competing platforms by writing a program only once. Object-oriented language. Python supports object-oriented language and concepts of classes and objects. It supports inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, etc. It is an interpreted language. It means programs which are written in Python are executed directly at runtime and freely by the interpreter. You do not need to compile your program before executing it. Hence, it gives immediate results. It can be used for both scientific and non-scientific programming. Large standard library. It provides a wide range of libraries for various fields such as machine learning, web development and also for the scripting. GUI programming support. Graphical user interface is used for the developing desktop application. PyQt5, Skinter, Kiwi are the libraries which are used for developing the web application. Integrated. It can be easily integrated with languages like C, C++ and Java. Python runs code line by line like C, C++ and Java. That makes it easy to debug the code. Embeddable. The code of another programming language can be used in the Python source code. We can use Python source code in another programming language as well. It can embed another language into our code. Did you know interpreter is a language processor which converts the high-level language HLL code into machine language binary form example 0 and 1. It translates the code line by line. If any error is found in a part of the code, it stops the interpretation of the code and asks you to correct features of Python. Downloading Python. To download and install Python on your computer, follow these steps. Step 1. To download Python on your computer, visit this web page. Step 2. Here, choose the version of Python you want to download. Download the exe file and execute it. Below is a screenshot of the installation of Python 3.6.5. Step 3. Installation in progress appears till the files are being loaded. Step 4. Finally, the following message appears when the setup is successful and complete. Once Python is downloaded and installed on your computer, you are ready to use it to learn Python programming. Downloading Python. Python programming. Python provides two modes of programming. Interactive mode. Interactive mode is a command line shell which gives immediate result for each instruction while running previously fed instructions in active memory. As new lines are fed into the interpreter, the fed program is evaluated both in part and in whole. Serious software development is not done in interactive mode as the statements typed cannot be saved for further use and thus must be retyped again to re-execute them, which may be tedious if the program is long. When the Python interpreter starts in interactive mode, you will see something like the following displayed in a console window. The greater than sign indicates that the interpreter is waiting for you to type a Python statement. One of the simplest statements that you can write in Python is a print statement which causes a message to be displayed on the screen. For example, the following statement causes the message "Hello World" to be displayed. Print "Hello World." After typing the statement, you press the enter key and the Python interpreter executes the statement as shown here. After the message is displayed, the greater than sign prompt appears again, indicating that the interpreter is waiting for you to enter another statement. If you incorrectly type a statement in interactive mode, the interpreter will display an error message. This will make interactive mode useful to you while you learn Python. As you learn new parts of the Python language, you can try them out in interactive mode and get immediate feedback from the interpreter. To quit the Python interpreter in interactive mode on a Windows computer, press Ctrl-Z followed by Enter. Script mode. The script mode, on the other hand, allows you to type in instructions into a file, which is then used by the interpreter for execution of the instruction. Thus, instead of having to run one line or block of code as in interactive mode, you can type up all your code in one text file or script and run all the code at once. Such files should have the extension .py. To write programs, we need to open Python IDLE, Integrated Development and Learning Environment. The steps to do it are given below. Step 1. Click on the Start button. Step 2. Scroll to the Python folder and select IDLE option. This will open the Python IDLE screen shown on the next page. Step 3. Now you can create new file by clicking on the File menu and selecting New File menu. Step 4. You can type commands in the new blank file that opens and save it with .py extension. To save the file, click on File Save option. Step 5. In the Save As dialog box that appears, type the file name and click on the Save option. Step 6. To run the file, go to Run Module or simply press F5 key. The output will appear on the shell screen as shown below. Python programming. Basics of Python programming. Let us now learn the basics of Python programming. Understanding data types. Data types are the classification or categorization of data items. They represent the kinds of value that tell what operations can be performed on a particular data. Since everything is an object in Python programming, data types are actually classes and variables are instances, objects of these classes. Following are the standard or built-in data type of Python. Data type in Python: numeric, dictionary, boolean, set, sequence type, integer, float, complex number, string, list, tuple. Basics of Python programming. Python keywords. In Python, reserved words are known as keywords. A keyword cannot be used as a variable, function, or another identifier. They are used to describe the Python language's syntax and structure. Keywords in Python are case sensitive. All the keywords except true, false, and none are in lowercase and they must be written as they are. The list of all the keywords in Python is given below. False, await, else, import, pass, none, break, accept, in, raise, true, class, finally, is, return, and, continue, for, lambda, try, as, def, from, non-local, while, assert, del, global, not, with, async, elif, if, or, yield. Python keyword. Variable in Python. Variable is a container in the computer's memory in which you can store data. A variable's value can change when the program runs. Python variables are loosely typed. They can hold any data type. Using is equal to operator, we can assign values to the variable. Here are two examples. Variables. Name is equal to Samya. X is equal to 15. Rules to follow when naming your variables. Variable names may contain letters, digits, 0 to 9 or the underscore character. Variable names must begin with a letter from A to Z or the underscore character. Either lowercase or uppercase letters are acceptable. Variable names may not be a reserved word in Python. In keeping with the rules given above, all of the variable assignments given below are correct and legal. Fish is equal to 11, A is equal to 12, underscore wow underscore is equal to 13, A1 is equal to 14, something underscore longer underscore is underscore fine underscore 2 is equal to 15, remote address is equal to 10.20.30.40. Assigning and reassigning Python variables. To assign a value to Python variables, you don't need to declare its type. Here are some examples to explain. We can assign single value to multiple variables in a single statement. A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to 5.0. We can assign multiple values to multiple variables in a single statement. A, B, C is equal to 1, 5.0, ABC, double quote. The statement can be written as int A is equal to 1, float B is equal to 5.0, strc is equal to ABC, double quote. Comments. In a Python command, anything after a hash symbol is a comment. Example, print hello world, hashtag this is silly. Comments are not part of the command but rather intended as documentation for anyone reading the code. Multi-line comments are also possible and are enclosed by triple double quote symbols. Example: this is an example of a long comment that goes on and on and on triple double quote. Variable in operators. Operators are symbols that are used to perform operations on operands. They return results that can be used in applications. Python supports many kinds of operators. Arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are used to perform various arithmetic calculations. The arithmetic operators are explained in table given below. Operation, symbol, example. Exponent. Multiply, multiply. 2 multiply, multiply. 3 is equal to 8. Multiply, multiply. 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Divide. Divide. 10 by 3 is equal to 3.333. Divide integer. 10 divide integer, 3 is equal to 3. Remainder, percentage. 10 percentage 3 is equal to 1. Add plus 8 plus 9 minus 17. Subtract minus 9 minus 7 is equal to 2. Comparison operators. There are 6 comparison operators. The result of applying the comparison operators is a Boolean true or false, equal to, not equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. You may apply the comparison operator between two operands like A greater than B in the bracket. Operators. Input and output. In Python, we have the input function for taking the user input. The input function prompts the user to enter data. It accepts all user input as string. The user may enter a number or a string, but the input function treats them only as strings. The syntax for input is input prompt. Prompt is the string we may like to display on the screen prior to taking the input, and it is optional. When a prompt is specified, first it is displayed on the screen, after which the user can enter data. The input takes exactly what is typed from the keyboard, converts it into a string and assigns it to the variable on left-hand side of the assignment operator is equal to. Entering data for the input function is terminated by pressing the enter key. Example. The variable student underscore name will get the string adwit entered by the user. Python uses the print function to output data to the standard output device, the screen. The function print evaluates the expression before displaying it on the screen. The print outputs a complete line and then moves to the next line for subsequent output. The syntax for print is sep. The optional parameter sep is a separator between the output values. We can use a character, integer or a string as a separator. The default separator is space, end. This is also optional and it allows us to specify any string to be appended after the last value. The default is a new line. Below are some examples that you can try on the command prompt. Statement, output, input and output. Sum up. Python is an open source programming language. The Python interpreter and the extensive standard library are available in source or binary form without charge for all major platforms and can be freely distributed. Python was made to be easy to read and powerful. Python is used for software development at companies and organizations. Python is a higher level programming language. Operators are symbols that are used to perform operations on operands. The arithmetic operators perform various arithmetic calculations. Some of the arithmetic operators are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Sum.